His closing line read, "Until people become water safety conscious, I guess we'll have to keep picking them up, off the bottom." Hello, Nessie here. Welcome to the dark side. Today we're going to be looking into Lake Lanier, which is considered one of the deadliest lakes in the United States. Officially known as Lake Sidney Lanier, this body of water is a man-made reservoir in the northern part of Georgia. In the spring of 1950, ground broke on the $1 billion construction site, and work was completed in 1956. It encompasses about 39,000 acres of water, 692 miles of shoreline, and has 5 counties lying beneath it. Those 5 counties were mostly farmland and forest before the 1950s, including several towns, cemeteries, shops, and family homes. After the construction project was greenlit, the government purchased more than 50,000 acres from landowners, reportedly paying $30 per acre. At the time of this recording in 2022, $30 in the 1950s is about $357 today. Personally, I don't think that's enough for those families and individuals being forced to move their entire lives, but what can you do? Nearly 700 families either moved their entire homes or packed up their belongings, leaving their houses behind, and moved to new locations. Many of these lots were farms that had been in families for generations. Homeowners were also reportedly paid for the buildings that they left behind. I couldn't find any estimates on how much they were given, but I'm going to assume it wasn't much based on the fact that they were only given a base of $30 per acre to move. Some of the structures left behind were torn down, including those that were tall enough to extend above the water height at high tide. Many that did not reach beyond the limit still remain at the bottom of the lake to this day. Although they are there, these wood, mortar, and concrete structures are now decaying, decomposing, and crumbling. Lake Lanier was constructed and is currently maintained by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The original purpose for its construction included flood control of the Chattahoochee River, hydroelectricity, navigation, and water supply to Atlanta. Today, it's popular with boaters, jet skiers, and many others looking for a place for recreation. It's estimated that anywhere between 7.5 and 10 million people visit the lake annually, many coming in the summer months to enjoy leisurely activities on the water. Throughout its construction and continued existence, the lake has seen a few droughts, disturbances, and controversies. As the years have gone on, and in correlation with the uptick in visitation, many of the incidences on the lake in recent years include accidents, injuries, and deaths. The Georgia Department of Natural Resources' earliest recordings of various incidents begin in 1994, with 3 boating fatalities occurring that year, along with 20 injuries and 17 boating incidences. Last year, there were 24 boating incidences, 74 occurrences of boating while under the influence, 17 total injuries, 4 drownings, and 5 fatalities. Between 1994 and 2021, numbers have fluctuated, with the most fatalities recorded in 1999 and 2016, each having 8. 1999 remains the year with the highest number of recorded occurrences in several categories, including 52 injuries, 72 boating incidences, and 11 drownings. Meanwhile, with 84 occurrences, 2020 has the greatest number of recorded boating while intoxicated incidences. Reportedly, 19 people had died on the lake by the year's end in 1977. I couldn't find any more statistics to substantiate this claim, as the GDNR records only date back to 1994. It is likely there have been many deaths and incidences on the lake that had not been officially recorded or were lost to time. A former deputy director of the Gainesville Hall Civil Defense Unit wrote a letter to the editor calling for an increase in boater education, alcohol regulation, and the use and wear of safety equipment. His closing line read, Until people become water safety conscious, I guess we'll have to keep picking them up, off the bottom. With numerous incidences taking place on the lake, it is up to specialized divers to recover those who are lost. Sergeant Chris Temple from the Hall County Sheriff's Dive Team was quoted saying, "Diving in Lake Lanier is probably one of the most dangerous things I've done in my career." The dive and recovery team know the extensive dangers that await them on the lake. There's nearly zero visibility, extreme cold temperatures, and numerous underwater hazards. With all these incidents occurring, many have come to speculate that the lake is haunted, while others suggest there are more natural factors at play, such as debris, water safety issues, water temperature, and much more. While the supernatural theme is common among those who discuss the lake, DNR spokesperson Mark McKinnon attributes the lake incidences to the sheer number of visitors that the lake sees each year. There are simply more incidences on Lanier due to the volume of visitors, he states. Lanier has many more boaters and swimmers than any other lake in the state, including Altoona. Unfortunately, it's likely that those who disappear on the lake have sunk too deep to be recovered. Deaths and fatal injuries on the lake are commonplace, and the short time span between them gives the lake a feeling of supernatural morbidity. Since its creation, Lake Lanier and many events have falsely been linked together. Many articles say that the lake and a mysterious 1903 disaster are related. This could not be true because, as we know, the lake was created in the 1950s. There are many other articles that also connect the lake with various events that occurred long before it was there. The 1903 disaster, although not connected with the lake, did happen. In June 1903, the citizens of Gainesville saw clear skies that soon changed when a tornado ripped through the area. The tornado was the second deadliest in the city's history at the time and caused a mill to collapse, leaving many victims in its wake. While this event may not have taken place on the lake, it gives some supernatural eeriness to the areas surrounding it. Another element of strangeness associated with Lake Lanier comes from what lies beneath it. Farms, family homes, racetracks, and forests were not the only things left under its murky waters. With much of the land being used for farming, towns, and small communities, there were also graveyards and small family plots. Many were disinterred from their original graves and then reinterred in safe cemeteries within Sugar Hill and other surrounding communities. Every effort was made to move the family graves and church cemeteries, and it was reportedly completed in a meticulous manner. As often as possible, those moved were laid to rest again alongside family members in other cemeteries away from the lake area. One cannot help but wonder what potential effects the lake could take on because so many graves were disturbed, and how many individuals could still be at rest under the waters of Lake Lanier. With numerous events happening around the lake, the Northeast Georgia History Center puts on a ghost walk each year, during which people can listen to the various spooky tales of Georgia ghosts. Of the various stories told, one that many residents know well is that of the Lady of the Lake. On a spring night in April 1958, Delia Parker Young and Susie Roberts left for a night out on the town in Susie's blue 1954 Ford sedan. They were headed towards the Three Gables Roadhouse in Dawsonsville, but never returned home. A trace of the pair's path led to a gas station where the two women filled the gas tank but sped off without paying. Skid marks which crossed the median lines as if the car went off the road were found. That led authorities to search for the car, but they ultimately found nothing. No other evidence ever turned up until 18 months later when a fisherman found a decomposing body floating in the water below the highway bridge. The body, which was missing various appendages and extremities, could not be identified, but locals were convinced that it was Delia. Many drivers on State Road 53 were convinced that they had seen her pacing along the bridge and highway. Her handless apparition appeared to be confused and searching for something. Experts say this is a classic supernatural phenomenon known as residual haunting. Parapsychologists describe residual hauntings as events in which the apparition seems to be stuck in a loop, similar to that of a recording. The previous event that person was a part of is played over and over again. Most often, residual hauntings occur at locations of traumatic events, where the energy of heightened emotions is fused to the fabric of that place. Because they could not positively identify her, the woman was laid to rest at Alta Vista Cemetery within an unmarked grave. And with that, the mystery of what happened to the two women continued on, while the official case of their disappearance grew cold. In November of 1990, as renovations were being completed on the bridge, a mangled and rusted vehicle was pulled from the water. Construction workers found bones along with remnants of clothing and personal items, including a sweater, slip, purse, rings, and a watch. These items and dental records were used to make a positive identification because the sheriff's case files for the years prior to 1961 had all been destroyed. Finally, Susie Roberts had been found, and the mystery behind the women's disappearance was solved. Their car had run off the road atop the bridge, and both had sunk to the water's bottom, only to resurface when fate decided. With this development in the case, the unmarked grave was properly relabeled with Delia Parker Young's name. While the speculation around these two lingered for years before being solved, residents say so has Delia's spirit. She can still be seen walking the road, seemingly searching for the unknown. With many articles citing the lake even before its creation, the mysteriousness of past events, the ruins beneath it, and the untimely deaths on it, Lake Lanier holds a rather chilling mystique. Although it's easy to assume that there is a supernatural element at play due to the high frequency of injuries and deaths on the lake, it is more probable that it is just a combination of the short span of summer months drawing more visitors, lack of safety protocols being implemented, and the dangerous elements of the lake itself. Remember, this lake is actually a reservoir built with the original purpose of being a water and power source. It was not intended to be a vacation or recreation destination. Whether haunted or not, Lake Lanier's danger is very real, and those who visit it should be cautious. Please be careful on any lake or body of water. Haunted or not, maintain safe protocols, wear your protective gear, and don't operate water vehicles or go in the water while inebriated. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Press that like button and subscribe for more content like this. I've got a few cryptid deep dives in the works, so until next time, stay spooky and stay safe out there. Oh, and watch out for those murder puddles.